So I'm actually out on the old GSXR today, and it's a really hard thing to explain, the difference between this and the Monster. Aside from the obvious, obviously the seating position, the fact that I'm really lent far forward, I feel like I'm a lot closer to the road. It's because of the fairings, it just cuts through the wind, so you don't feel any wind whatsoever. And I got to, let's say, quite a high speed there without even feeling like it. I guess it's a good and a bad thing. If you're on the track, that's going to be fantastic. You're able to go fast, not feel it. Using it like this on the road, I just don't feel, there's no excitement, which is a weird thing to say for such a powerful superbike. I mean, it's smooth as butter though, it really does. Oof, feel reliable, smooth, you know, don't know what else to say. Handles really well. It isn't as soft in terms of the suspension as the Ducati, but that could just be because I've not fiddled with the settings on this and just using it as the default. Hard to wheelie. It just doesn't want to come up. It just, yeah, it's really weird. But yeah, it has power. I do love how it revs out a long way. Yeah, there's just no torque on it. No torque. Have one more lap around. Well, it definitely comes up easier in first gear. So weird in second, it just pops up and it's like nah, even though I'm holding the throttle open. Obviously I never really got to understand how to wheelie this bike. I don't know if the speedo's anything to go by, this is just as quick. Well, nearly as quick as the Monster. It just doesn't feel like it because of the fairings and the wind protection. It just feels so relaxed. gear is obviously the way to go. It feels a bit more similar. I definitely know now that like I was never really getting this wheel off the ground before. Come a long way on the Monster, that's for sure. Funnily, that that feels alright. That feels alright. Let's have one more go. Because why not? I find it quite hard to turn. It just kind of leans off to one side. Oh well. Ah, I don't want to stop. Having too much fun with this. Yeah. So coming straight off of the GSXR onto this, trying to do a like for like comparison, you know, raw, so I feel the difference exactly, you know, straight after I've done it. Okay. So I did say while I was on the GSXR 600 that it felt about the same speed as this, and I don't think that's quite accurate. I mean, it does give you a false sense of comfort because of the lack of wind protection on this bike. Or the width, the abundance of wind protection on that bike, I should say. It makes you feel like you're going a lot slower than you actually are. But I can feel it through the body, you know, that this is making like my body fall back. My arms feel like they're coming off and they're trying to be ripped off of the handlebars, you know. And that, yeah, that instant power delivery is so much faster. Fuck. That being said, the GSXR is still very fast. I'm miles more comfortable on this bike though. I'm just sat upright. I feel, you know, I can sit on this bike for hours, whereas even just after a few 10 minutes on the GSXR, I can feel it in my back, and I had to engage my core muscles in order to be able to, you know, feel comfortable. So it's definitely worth having a naked bike for that reason, especially if your main use for it is on the road. I feel a lot more higher up off of the ground. This might be a, you know, a GSXR where this might be unique to the GSXR, where it's quite low to the ground. I know some other sports bikes are set up a bit higher, but the GSXR is really low down. I mean, the second gear on this feels like the equivalent of the first gear on the GSXR. So that should give you an idea of what the acceleration and the torque feels like. I mean, not even the first gear on the GSXR doesn't have as much torque as second gear on this. I'd probably say the third gear is comparable. So if I was just to do a pull from like 30 to whatever speeds on the third gear, that's probably what the first gear feels like. And then here, if I just lift, oh, that's just ridiculous. But it was nice to get back out on that bike. have as my main bike. I am glad I've swapped to a naked bike. I don't think I'd go back to having a super bike as my only bike. I think down the road it'd be good to have one of each. A super bike for, you know, the odd blast on a Sunday, and then just for my daily fix of speed and of that, then this is perfect. And it just sounds phenomenal. There is one thing I miss. I mean, the scream of like the 14-15k RPMs on the GSXR, it doesn't really, you know, it's hard to beat that. This has got that grunt all the way through, but that scream, it's just something I'm always going to miss. Can't have everything, haven't you? Wheel spin. I don't think I could do it here, it's too wet. Now I was going to go fill up some petrol, but my app told me that it's extra bonus points at Shell this weekend. So if I can make this fuel last until then, we should be Gucci. Back wheel just loses traction if you pull the clutch in when it's wet. So yeah, I might allow the fuel today. I have to survive on this little bit. You know what, fuck the points, man. This boy needs some fuel. Bike feels a lot better when she's been fed. Best thing about these Shell petrol stations is you can pay at the pump or on your app. Fuck's sake. That's exactly what I didn't want to do. It does save you a lot of time having to go in to pay. Holy shit, nearly lost the back wheel. Glad I chained abs yesterday. Fucking hell. Took everything in me to hold that one up. Riding season's over. The roads just ain't there anymore. Why is my foot peg so slippery? Why is everything so slippery? Fucking hell. Oh, there's fuel on it. It's no fucking wonder. I literally can't keep my feet on the foot pegs, they're just slipping off. I don't know why I stepped in, man. Fuck's sake. Starting to get some grip now. Must have been some oil on the floor when I was filling up. That is not what you want. Feet slipping off the pegs, man. Also, this tank is a lot thinner. Like where my knees meet the tank, it's so skinny compared to the GSXR. The GSXR is quite fat, you get a nice big grip on it. Yeah, I'm putting this bad boy back into touring mode. There's something on my wheels. Everything's slipping out.